everyone, I'm Larissa Russell of Creative You, and I'm your host of the Creative Soul Healing Podcast. Here's where we talk about the connection between creativity and healing by interviewing amazing creatives, spectacular healers, and inspiring people who have used creativity in their healing. What does it mean to be creative? What is creativity? You don't have to write a best-selling book or paint a masterpiece or even play in a rock band. Creativity is in everything that we do, in the ways we think, in the way we run a business. In our everyday lives, we are creative all the time. Let's talk about how we are creative and how creativity helps us heal mentally, physically, and emotionally, right now on the Creative Soul Healing Podcast. Hi everyone, Larissa Russell of Creative You Healing, and welcome to the Creative Soul Healing Podcast. Today I have with me Sage Adderley-Knox. So Sage was part of our second annual Loving, Healing, Creating Summit we ran in February and shared with us the release and vision with Cosmic Smash Booking. You can still get access to the summit at www.creativeyouhealing.com. So Sage is masterful at helping people on their writing journey. She has over 16 years of self-publishing and book marketing experience. She travels throughout the Pacific Northwest and beyond to lead zine and writing workshops at various high schools, colleges, and universities. Sage is super passionate about writing, teaching, and networking with other creative people. Sage resides in the magical land of Olympia, Washington, where she swoons over the breathtaking view of Mount Rainier. As well as being a writing coach and a published author, she's a single mom of 3, a coffee lover, and a vintage typewriter collector. Sage is passionate about kindness and snail mail. So welcome, Sage.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to have you too, and thank you so much for your patience through all of that. For those of you listening, you will only see or hear the edited version, but I was having a tough time. So, Sage, can you share some of your story and your path that's brought you here?
Sure. So it's been a pretty DIY adventure. So I've been a book nerd my entire life. My very first job was working at my small town public library. So books have always been near and dear to my heart. And so I naturally kind of went into the realm of DIY or self-publishing. And then I realized I was very skillful at it and then I could make a career out of it. And that's exactly what I did. So I expanded my business into coaching, one-on-one, helping people write books, self-publishing, book production, and book marketing.
I love that. As an avid reader and book lover, an author as well, I totally love that. Yeah. So what does healing with creativity mean to you?
I love that. So what it means for me, like I also would like to mention, I am a Cosmic Smash Booking Guide. It's a intentional art form that was created by Kat Z. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that is the art form that I use to do any kind of therapeutic healing type of work. So what it means to me is being able to release and be intentional about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think that's so important. Like, I personally believe that all creativity is healing. But when we do creativity with intention, the healing can be exponential. So yeah, I love that. And I've been following Kat for a while. I didn't realize that I found out earlier in the year that you did the smash booking, but that's exciting that you do that as well. So what inspires you then in the work that you do?
The people I work with. The people I work with inspire me to watch them go from a place of visioning and working through their limiting beliefs, and then the end result being that finished product of having their book in their hand. Just witnessing their journey is everything.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that's why most of us do what we do, is so that we can see that spark in other people and see that joy in other people when they have those aha moments, or they finish something, accomplish something like the published book or whatever it is.
It's a big journey. It's a big journey.
Yeah. And to be a part of it is amazing.
It is.
Yeah. So one of the things that often comes up for creatives and healers is about monetizing our work. Can I ask you what your thoughts are on that?
Well, it's been a journey of shifting my thoughts around that because many moons ago I had guilt about it. And then I realized that I get to live in abundance too. And so I am totally fine with being in abundance, doing the work that I do. And I definitely don't judge others for it. I think it's beautiful when you have skills and you offer them to other people to expand whatever's coming up for them, serving them. So I'm totally okay with it. I think because I live in the flow of abundance, so I believe in the give and the take of it all.
Yeah, I think it's so important. So you talked a little bit about this, but what is the creative healing modality that you use the most for yourself?
Oh yeah, so it's definitely writing. Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not shocking, but definitely writing and zine making. I love when I can use my hands, and which is why I fell in love with cosmic smashbooking. So it's, like pairing up mixed media art with art journaling with diary entries. So it's all my favorite things, mixed media art combined with writing. So those would be my two go-tos. And I find that in zine making and cosmic smashbooking.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I found, with Kat's work and a few other people who are doing it now, that being able to release in writing and then work through it with color and all the rest of that, I think is just really cool about cosmic smashbooking.
It's amazing. The first time I did it, I was like, what is this? And then when Kat started her program, Teach the Teachers, so that teachers and guides could get certified to be able to teach smashbooking in their work, I knew for sure I got to do that for my clients.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. So what would you say you are proudest of in your life?
Being so resilient. I'm a master shifter, and that has served me well. I have lived a life where some unfortunate events have occurred, and so I've never let that define who I am, and I keep going.
Yeah, I think resiliency is so important, and I've heard you speak before and gotten to know you a little bit, and just learning more about you. I think we have a lot of similar things have happened in our lives, and so I think resiliency is so important to be able to keep going and moving forward, and then to also share that resiliency with other people so that they can also, if they don't really know it, they can step into it, right? And step into that resiliency. Yeah.
And also, if I can add one other thing, it would be being open to the idea of showing up messy. I think we live in a world where you want to get it right, you want to do it right, you want to look perfect and look super good. And I think there's so much beauty and magic in being messy and being authentic.
Yeah. I've found that definitely opened up a lot of space for me when I was able to do that and got rid of that need for perfectionism, because it was just stopping me from doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Trying to do.
Killer.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you could change one aspect of our society through your work, what would it be?
People allowing themselves to be messy and vulnerable. Because I think it goes back to that piece of needing to look good, needing to get it right. And I don't think we make authentic connections when we show up in that way. And so writing really opens people up to that vulnerability piece.
Yeah. As a writer myself, I totally agree with that, about that. And how it can just open up. I'm a huge proponent of journaling, especially. And then just getting stuff out there, right? Like just digging under and putting it down on paper so that you can look at it and sort of feel it. So I think that's really important. So imposter syndrome is something that, many of us struggle with. I would say all women I know, but many of us struggle with. Have you struggled with that? And if so, how do you work through that?
Oh, yes, I've struggled with that big time. And I think for me, the imposter syndrome piece is, I feel like I've gotten a lot of feedback in my life of who do you think you are publishing books without a master's degree and blah, blah, blah? Or who do you think you are mentoring other people if you don't have a certification and whatever's fancy? And so I've just really made up my own rules along the way while also being responsible and being a person of integrity. And so, yes, but it creeps up on me sometimes. Sometimes I am like, who do I think I am? Just like creating my own business and job title. And then I look at the people that I'm serving and the accomplishments that they're achieving and just really how they take themselves on. And then I'm like, I'm fine. It's fine. But I think it's very normal that things come up, that conversations or things that people say that trigger you back to that place. And that's where the master shifting comes in handy.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So do you have an inspirational quote then that you live by?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's inspirational to me, but I've always loved the quote that it's a Jim Morrison quote that says, "This is the strangest life I've ever known." And I love it because it fits me and my journey so well. And it reminds me that it's okay that my journey looks different and that I'm doing things my way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a really good one. It's not one that I've heard before from my guests, so it's good. It's great to be unique and original. I love that.
Yeah.
Because there's a few that pop up, but repeatedly, but I love that. And I love the Doors too, so, For many who are listening are like, who? What?
I know. Oh, it's funny.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you would like to add that we maybe haven't discussed that our listeners need to know?
Yeah, well, I live in the world of both writing and art. And so I hear my artist people say they're not writers and writers say they're not artists. And which is why I'm a big fan of the cosmic smash booking, that it marries the two together. And so really just being willing to take yourself on, and we're all creative. Creativity looks different. You're creative through cooking food, or you're creative through building things. Like creative, don't pigeonhole yourself of what you think you're good at. Be open to trying new things. That's I think where the magic's at.
Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. I love that. So I just want to thank you so much for being here today. And yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
And so to our listeners, we will see you again next week. And in the meantime, I wish for you amazingly creative days. Do you know about the courses and programs that we offer at Creative View? Meditation and journaling in our Morning Calm program. Step into Your Authentic Self is a program to help you heal from past traumas and start believing in yourself so you can be your healthiest, happiest you. We even have a Healing with Creativity monthly membership where you get healing projects twice a month, plus so much more. Keep watch as we're always adding more classes and programs. Plus we offer free challenges, access to summits and retreats, as we love sharing. Click below to see what we have happening now.